So, wisdom, it represents, you can't spell wisdom without spelling wise. And what makes you wise is when you move off your knowledge. When you move off your knowledge, that makes you wise, And when you, in the beauty, because, you can have knowledge, but don't use that knowledge. So the beauty of any knowledge is in its application. So that's all wisdom is. It's like knowledge in motion. So a lot of us have knowledge, but we don't use our knowledge. So, so that's what, wisdom is like the second stage of knowledge. But you get knowledge and you get wisdom, all I get understanding. So once you got the knowledge, you gotta move off that knowledge. You gotta implement the knowledge, and that's what makes us wise, and once we manifest or we bring our wisdom into manifestation, that's born. Born means to bring into existence, so once we manifest our knowledge, we bring that knowledge into manifestation, right? That's like a bond. That, like, in other words, you got a thought, and you bring that thought into reality, then you bonding, your thought with your actions, and you bring it into reality. And that's the greatest work of man. It say that, in Genesis 1 verse 26, man was made in the image and likeness of God. And God is one who say be, and it is. God is one that can manifest any thought that is manifested in his mind. That he conceives in his mind. And this is the greatest working of God. We come together and we have a thought and say, we're going to do this. And then we come up with the steps how to bring that thought into manifestation. That's wisdom bond. We bring it into manifestation. Now that's the bond. That's your word being bond. Have you not heard of your word is bond be God to whom and what? Yes, my word is my bond. So when we say things and we manifest those things, that's bonding our word. But but how you see today's mathematics, man? Let me put you on video right quick. How you see that, man?
Peace, God. Peace. I see today's mathematics.
You gotta talk to the audience.
Oh, pardon.
You got an audience.
Oh, I forgot. Peace. I see today's mathematics. Born, all being born to knowledge, also being born to wisdom. Concur with what God said.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make a manifestation of our ways and our actions known to the public. This is what we do. This is what the gods of earth do. This is what we're supposed to do daily, not just sometime, not just on certain days of the week or year, not even just for this universal parliament, but also for each and every day we amongst the people. But and we got, like you said, the God said, the very steps we take from everything starts from knowledge, then we go into wisdom, then we go through the steps of mathematics, wisdom, understanding, cultural freedom, power, equality, God, which the true living gods are, the black man, so we can build and destroy this devil civilization and born into existence. Peace.
Peace. Thank you, black man.
No problem, Almighty. First time I was on camera.
I know how it is. I'm a photographer, so I know how it is. You always behind the camera and you never get on the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just trying to document a little bit.
So how would you see that wisdom bond? Just
when I see it born,
right.
What will be manifested, and I call it wisdom.
Right.
Realize who we are first.
That's the knowledge.
And then that's automatically going to tell you how to act. You're going to reach out.
That's that wisdom right there. Yes, sir.
Grab your brother's hand, sister's hand. Try to bring him to the knowledge that you have. Especially that, he's a God and he's entitled to all the good things so long as they're in tune with Mother Nature. With Mother Nature, you're entitled to it. And you need to strive to be in tune.
Line up.
So that you can have it.
Line up.
That's manifestation of wisdom to me. straighten up, and lock hands, and say, let's go forward.
That's peace.
Right. Thank you.
Wisdom from the elder.
See, now that's wisdom, because when you talk about going forward and bringing it into, that's that wisdom right there. Bringing it, that's wisdom born, bringing it into existence. You know, not just talking about it, but what is the steps that we take? And see, to change the whole world begins with just changing yourself. You know, it's not deep like everybody, you know, some people think you gotta go no, change yourself, educate yourself, and do some things. Just, you know, do something to make a difference. You know, you open up one little store or whatever it may be, you know, something that's positive, like you said, something that's positive. You add on to the universe. You add on to the universe. It's not something that, you know, you gotta go out and save the whole world. You know, you just gotta save yourself. You know, that's why, and you can tell, you know, back in the day, that's what they talk about. Knowledge yourself. Knowledge yourself. Know who you are. Knowledge yourself. That's all it is. Know who you are. That's it. You know, knowledge yourself. You know.
One of the first manifestations that knowledge is taking root is when you stop doing a lot of things that the society has put on you to tell you, yeah, this is the way you're supposed to move. This is the way you're supposed to. When you drop those, you haven't grabbed anything else. Just dropping those, leaving those things alone, that would be a big step. Because we contribute a lot to our own demise.
Right.
You know, and we make the other side more rich, more powerful, and being able to have more control over us.
Right. You know, in Kwanzaa, they got a thing called Kuchi Chakalia, which means to define yourself and not be defined by others. And that's what that reminds me of. Kuchi Chakalia. Yeah. It's to define yourself. You know, and a lot of times we let people define who we are in our reality. You know, and I remember, you know, like when you study art, like people may say, okay, case in point, you know, what's good for one people may not be good for others. You know what I'm saying? Now we may be all humans, but you know, when you study agriculture, right, you don't grow tomatoes the same way you grow cabbage. They both is well, hold on. They say tomatoes are fruit, right? Hold on, right? They say, but you grow things different ways. You know, so what's conducive for me and what's going to develop, you know, a young black child may not be conducive.
Peace.
You know, you know, what's conducive for a white child may not be conducive for a black child. That's just my knowledge. You know, we don't think the same. We moving on a different vibration. You know, we moving on a different vibration. You know, I mean, they're not melanated. You know, and they can't even take the sun. If they was in the sun, and I'm not being, you know, I'm not trying to be, you know, but it's a fact. I'm just speaking science right now. It's a scientific fact that, you know, they have a patch that they got to put on their skin. And when they're in the sun for 15 minutes, they got to get out. You can't take the sun. Now, what they've done, and I'm bragging about melanin, but what these scientists have done, right, because melanin is a chemical. So even though it's something that's good, it helps us absorb the sun, but now they know every chemical, if it's mixed with another chemical, instead of it being something good, it creates something bad and be a poison to our body. And that's what I was saying about what's conducive and what's good for them may not be good for us. You see? So this is why, if we look at, man, people dying from cancer, diabetes. I got a health book, and my health book, right, it's an herbal book. So any disease that you got, I can look it up. Okay, you got a cold. Okay, I go in there and they tell me about the common cold. Use this herb, use that herb. Then they tell me the cause of the cold. Okay, you get a cold by touching stuff. But now I looked up in this book, I looked up high blood pressure. Promise you. I looked up high blood pressure, and then when I looked up the cause of high blood pressure, you know what it said? Being an African American. they related a race to the cause. Okay? so now, yeah, so that's something we gotta look at. I mean, okay, being an African American, you are at risk of high blood pressure. Just being an African American. So what is it that's causing all this high blood pressure? You know, what is causing it? And you might say stress, and it could be stress, but it can be certain things. Now, man, this thing is getting bad out here. Look, I love tilapia fish. I love tilapia. Now, I know I've been looking at stuff with tilapia. Is this and that. I don't even care about this. I'm still eating some tilapia. I love tilapia. But this was the final draw. Facebook is my best friend. I don't give nobody say. I get my news on Facebook. I know some of it ain't no good. But anyway, I'll come up on Facebook. Tilapia has, what's that deadly poison, like when you have your car in the garage, and carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide. I promise you. So I'm in the bed with my wife. I said, baby, they saying tilapia, this about, you know, this, I'm in the bed, you know, looking at a little time. So I said, man, they say tilapia got carbon monoxide. She said, go look at it. I said, now I look at it in the morning. She said, there you go. Why don't you go look at it now? Man, I go, man, look at my refrigerator, look at my tilapia. My tilapia got carbon monoxide. You look up carbon monoxide, it say a deadly gas. It's a deadly gas. You know, that's how they telling us what they put it on the food. That's when I had to stop. See that? Yeah.
We from the Virgin Islands.
Okay.
They had started going into agriculture. And the first time I tasted it, I said, it don't taste right. And then here recently, like a few months ago, somebody had fixed something at a dinner. And they fixed it up, like people fix up something good, fry it up. And the first time I really tasted it, since the first time I tasted it, it tastes pretty good, you know?
Right.
So, then
Appreciate it.
recently,
No doubt. Oh, peace on it.
I never eat this again.
Really?
It don't taste right.
It don't taste right. Okay.
Taste right.
You probably tasted it then. You probably tasted that carbon. And it's in all of the tilapia. Like I said, I loved it, but when I seen that, I had to let it down. Because, see, the root word of ignorant, like people think ignorant means to be without knowledge. That ain't what ignorant means. Ignorant means when you ignore knowledge. When I seen that got poison in it, and I'm still eating it, that means I ignored the knowledge. The knowledge came to me, and I ignored that knowledge, you see? And that's what makes you ignorant, you know? So, I said, man, I can't eat this no more. I got up, and like I said, I love tilapia, man, but I said, no, I can't eat this no more. Now, the other fish, not like that with all fish, but tilapia is like one of the only fish that has that. You know, carbon monoxide. I said, man, I can't eat this no more.
Well, that's
So,
why we need to be vegetarian.
right. You vegetarian?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
So, but honestly, I speak smooth. I get that all the time. Because I speak so smooth when I'm customer service. So that's my job. I trade customer
Peace to the
service.
God.
And I got to speak real smooth. I do retention.
Yeah.
So I can't have, I can't have that type of voice. I got to be smooth and, I got to have a non-threatening voice. No, that's good. I like that. That means my thing is working. It's all right. I don't have no problem with who I am,
Being a vegetarian, you don't have to worry about anything that moves on its own.
Right.
Because, you grow put your seeds in the ground.
Right.
And even now you can't even do that because they're putting stuff in the air and it seeps through the ground. That's really very toxic.
What is they putting in the air?
Oh,
Well, a lot of people don't pay attention to it, but
Are you about like pollution?
you see the planes that leave this trail, can sometimes look like tic-tac-toe signs in there. I understand that that's lead, that's Mercury, yeah, it's about 5 or 6 different chemicals they do it to make the earth less fruitful and to affect human beings too.
Because all of that, if you're flying, you see that they eject stuff in the air to stay up there. And all of that has to come down.
They gotta come down, exactly. Wow.
You're dealing with another kind of
Knowledge.
people here that,
They don't respect, but they don't respect.
they control the environment. And the environment, this is our mother. This earth is really our mother. Most people don't have no respect for the earth.
Wow.
No, I mean, you're going to pollute it. You're going to.
That's good. You said the earth is what now?
It's our mother.
Mother Earth.
Yeah.
And see, we relate, right, to our women as the earth. But now some women look at it like it's like a negative, like, oh, you trying to say I'm an earth. I said, look, the earth got everything you need, just like our women. Our women got everything we need. Back in the day, say, your woman is your heaven. That's the real heaven. Your woman is your heaven. Why you think so many wars, in particular when they talk booty, booties and war, that was the woman. Because anytime one country or one side take over the other side, the first thing they take is the women. That's why they call it the booty. But and it's the spoils of war. It's many wars when the woman, especially the black woman, she got everything we need. You got water, you got vegetation, you got the trees where you can breathe, and the woman, she brings all that. So matter of fact, when I was in Birmingham the other night, I was talking to a young man, and he asked me like, man, why y'all call the woman the earth, And I had to explain it to him. I said, man, it's nothing. The body is the earth got everything you need. You need Mother Earth. She got everything. She got the medicine, the herbs, everything we need. Everything we need comes from the earth. Our food, clothing, shelter, everything comes from the earth. There's nothing wrong with being related to Mother Earth. Nothing. And the earth also reproduce. She reproduced life like our women reproduce our life. So that's why we say she's in relation to the earth, because she reproduced life. The mother principle. That's why that's very important. What you just said. Very important. How you doing, bro? What's your name, bro? Dewan. All right, Dewan. What brings you to the cipher today?
Brother right here brought me to the side.
Okay. So you study knowledge yourself, your history, or?
I studied a lot of different things.
Okay.
I studied Orthodoxy.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. About 10 years ago, I was incarcerated.
Mm-hmm.
So, everybody had come. You got 5 percenters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not going to say 5 percent. Nation of Gods and the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Nation of Islam.
Mm-hmm.
Sunni Orthodox, Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of religions. So, I just absorbed a lot of different things.
Right. Okay. So out of your observation, so did you observe? You ever get a chance to observe all of them, or you just stayed with studying the Orthodox Islam?
No, I studied all.
Oh, you studied it all?
Yeah, but I gotta build it back up in.
Okay. So from your analyzation, I studied world religions myself.
Yeah.
And I love it. I'm talking about I love geography. I just love that stuff. Because it's hard for we say we the original people, right? And the black people. So I had to we just can't say things and can't prove it. So when I studied it, I had to be able to prove it in the Quran and in the Bible, and, just different things. And then I had to prove it geographically, like in India, who was over there, the Dravidians was in India, you had who was over in China, So black people is really, it's from all over the planet. For real, people say Africa, but we from all over the whole planet. Like the Indians, they was here 16,000 years, what I'm saying? Where they come from? And India only means blue-black. That's what India means. Indigo, blue-black. But so what was your analyst, like when you studied all this stuff, what was your conclusion? I mean, what did you come to a realization? Or?
The realization that I came to is like all knowledge is good.
Okay.
You know, separation comes from the enemy.
Right.
You know, that's where separation comes from. All knowledge is good. People are people. We are human beings. You know, so I absorb all the knowledge and I just utilize it and make it a universal train of thought.
Okay.
You know, because God is universal.
Okay.
You know where I'm coming from. So
Wow.
that's the way I look at it.
I hope I had a chalkboard, man. That brought me to something, man, that's so deep, man. That brought me to something so deep, man. I'm telling you, man. I mean, it really brought me. It brought me to what we say: there's no religion hiding truth. You know, so whatever religion you are, you know, that's why we say the science of everything in life is love, peace, and happiness. And whatever we do, you know, that's all we strive for. Even the brother that's in prison, the ants, the birds, everybody want love, peace, and happiness. Even though we may look for it in the wrong place, or we may, you know, but at the end, that's what we want: love, peace, and happiness. And let's act like this is a triangle for a minute, right? You know the triangle. This is the top of the triangle. I hope I had a pen, man.
You got anybody got a pen?
And
I probably got one in my car. The elder always providing.
oh man, he got everything, man. Thank you. He got everything. I'm telling you. So this is the triangle, right? Now, on top of this triangle is God. It's God on top of the triangle. Okay? So now you got the Muslim here, right? You have the African nationalists here. And then you have, let's just say you got a Christian here, right? I'm just using these as metaphor. You can mix them up how you want. So now, everybody's trying to get to the top of this mountain.
Hey, peace.
But now, this Muslim, he's trying to get up on top of this mountain. All he's seen all his life is water. All he ever seen, right, is water. So, he's swimming up the mountain. He's swimming. So now this African nationalist, he's going up the mountain. All he's seen all his life was woods, forests. So all he ever seen, ain't seen nothing but forest. So he going up the mountain. So this Muslim look at this African nationalist and say, man, you better get out them woods, them lions gonna eat you up, fool. You better get up here and swim with me, man. And the African nationalist tell the Muslim, say, man, them sharks gonna eat you up. You better get over here in these woods, man. It's more safer in these woods to get up this mountain. And then, now this Christian, only thing they ever seen all their life was rocks. They never seen no water, they never seen no water. Only thing they see, they climbing up the mountain on the rope. You know, they pulling themselves up. So this African nationalist tell the Christian, fool, you better get off that rope. That rope gonna pop, you gonna break your neck, right?
Peace.
But when you get up to the mountain,
More magnetic.
okay, you see rocks, you see the woods, and you see the water. Your whole aspect change. You see everything. That's the universal aspect that you're speaking about. You know, you see everything. And that's all we strive to do. Like, you know, it's just like a tree. You see the roots of the tree. No, you don't see the roots. But you see the bark, you see the branches. But the greatest part of the tree is the roots. The roots is what you don't see, but everything comes from the roots. But we get caught up in the branches. You see, and this is why what we deal with God. You know, knowledge itself. That's it. And we don't get caught up in the water. We strive to get right here to God. And our job basically is to teach. When we come into the realization of God, our job is to teach all human families of the planet Earth who they are. See, it ain't about you being who I am, but I want to, if you're a Christian, you read the Bible, I want you to be a conscious Christian. Understand what the Bible is really saying. Like he said, don't look at it for what they defining it for you. You know, see it for what it is. You know, because the Bible is telling you all of Jesus' teachings. I'm telling you, from chapter St. Luke 17:21, they said, when should the kingdom of heaven come? Jesus said, neither should they say, lo here nor lo there, for behold, the kingdom of God is within you. All Jesus' teachings is pure. I'm telling you, you look up in that red and you check Jesus' teachings out. Ain't nothing mystery about it. In John 10, verse 30, when the Jews took up stones to stone him, he said, hold on, many good works have I shown you for my Father, but which one of these works did he stone me? And the Jews said, for a good work we stoned thee not, but for blasphemy, because thou being a man, maketh thyself God. And Jesus said, hold on, Jews. Is it not written in your law? Now he took the Jews back to their law, which is Psalm 87. What is it, Psalm 87? Psalm 86.
Not sure, mother.
Oh no, pardon me. Psalm 82, verse 7. It say, and I have said, ye are all gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. So Jesus said, I didn't write the law, I just come to fulfill the law. Y'all wrote it. I'm just fulfilling it. But y'all want to stone me because what all his teachings is telling you, you know, it's telling you the real deal. Jesus put everything on you. He said, show me a man with faith, I'll show you a man with works. You can't have faith without works. You know, but a lot of people want to have blind faith. No, you gotta have some work behind the faith. You know what I'm saying? You just can't have faith, just have faith. No, you gotta do some work. Work gotta be done. The teachings is there. But that's what we do. We want to show, even in the Quran, it tells you the black man is the original people. It tells you that Allah created man from sounding clay, black mud, fashioned into shape. That's what it tells you in the Quran. You know? And it's simple, man. In all the ancient scripts, you know, it's telling us who we are. The European know who he is. Man, European, I don't like to say white and black. I don't like to. But anyway, I got that from a more brother. I think, but the Europeans, right? They'll tell you. They tell me, man, yo, you got hair like Jesus. Jesus had hair like that. Black people want to, man, why you don't cut your hair off? The white people, they know what my hair. Now I do this crown, right? I do a crown, and it's like a Jesus wreath. And man, I'll tell you, like, oh, that's a bun. They say it's a bun, you know. And man, I went to a yard sale one day. I stopped at a yard sale, and they said, oh, you got a Jesus wreath. They know, man. They know who we are. They know. They know. We the ones that don't know. They know because they study. Man,
can I relate something?
Yes, sir.
To that? I just come across a book written by a young brother from the Bronx, a black physicist, right? And he also loved jazz too. But anyway, he got into a situation where he got to be on a physics team with one of these great scientists of today, an Arab cat named Abdul Salam, right?
I know him.
And everybody was surprised that Salam chose this brother to be on his team, right? Brother's last name is Alexander. He come out of Edenwald Projects.
Edenwald, that's in the Bronx.
You know
Yeah, Edenwald, yeah.
But anyway, the Arab took him out to lunch after one of the sessions, and while they were talking, he said, the Arab just said to him, and Abdul Salam said, you know, when your people start to do physics, it's going to be like jazz. That's what he said.
That's peace.
That was a big compliment as to him recognizing how much is in us, how much innate ability we got to deal with heavy science and stuff like that.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, I just wanted to relate that.
Yeah, that's real.
Peace to the God.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, it's a book by, it's called Conspiracy to Kill Little Black Boys. You read? Okay. And it showed in that book how they destroyed black children at the age of 6. Little black boys. They you know, because, you know, it's just a conspiracy to kill little black boys. And it showed, like, they start in school, they ask them, you know, what you want to be when you grow up? You know, I want to be a doctor. Don't you want to be a fireman? Don't you want to be a police officer? You know, don't you want to be a cop? You know, and they destroy, you know, them thoughts, them high thoughts. So now the children don't think like that no more, and that's what they do. Louis Farrakhan gave a thing on that too when he was in school, and he told the teacher something. They said, "Don't you want to be a violinist?" You know, he played the violin. They said, "Don't you want to be a?" But yeah, they be and that's how they destroy our children the same way. Same way. And that's why they not physicists, because you can't be something you don't know about. I never heard of physicists. What is a physicist? You see what I'm saying? So I can't be no physicist if I never heard the word. You know? How can I be something I don't even know what it is? I never even heard of a physicist. It's a sister, some sisters from Alabama. A couple of months ago, they was in the paper. They out of Montgomery, but they was the first two. They were sisters, and they was they was like the two. They was like they were the first physicists that did something. I can't think of that. That's when the first time I really heard of what a physicist. And still don't know what they actually do. But
first of all, they like 5%. They know that mathematics is the language of the universe, is the language of creation, and that we are mathematics.
Okay.
And
indeed,
they study everything from the smallest particles, which is part of an atom, things that something they might call a quark or a neutrino or something. But they also study way out there in space. And so, and what the bottom line is, Einstein was into theory of relativity and what they call traditional physics, basically. But these brothers studying this stuff, they studying this stuff.
Oh, now I know what it is.
Quantum
Okay,
mechanics.
physicists. Okay.
Quantum mechanics.
Quantum mechanics.
Yeah, and that's related to everything we are, everything that happens, because that's in everything. It's a deep study, but it's beautiful, and it's worth everybody exposing themselves to. I'm so excited about being exposed to it, and it helps me to know how dumb I am, because every time I read something, I realize I got to go back and read something else in order to understand this fully. Because here's the main thing I found out, that to learn any subject, the main thing you got to do is learn the language. When you can understand the words that's being said, then the man could communicate with you, or the book can communicate with you. But don't be afraid, like Supreme Understanding say, don't be afraid to look up every other word if you have to.
Who wrote, you said Supreme Understanding?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He's the one that really turned me on to physics. I ain't gonna lie.
Really? In which book?
Science of Self.
They reading it in the San Coco Book Club right now.
That book, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't even read it yet.
Oh my God.
How many copies?
I'm just
4 volumes.
It's 4 volumes.
Yeah, we only in the first, but man, to read that book, I keep a physics book, a biology book, all kinds of stuff next to me to refer back to see if I can understand what he's saying, you know. The brothers he's like teaching you stuff that you wouldn't learn all through your years in school. You learn this kind of stuff when you're in graduate school, after you finish 4 years of college. That's what that book is. That's how heavy that book is. I love it. I'm so thankful that it came to my awareness, you know, to pick it up.